And welcome to New Beginnings podcast with Michelle. I am so happy you guys are on here today because we have a treat for you. Yay! Thank you so much for joining me and listening in and viewing all of the podcasts that we've done. I did 37 podcast sessions, episodes. I'm so happy about it. It might be a little bit for some, but hey, that's a big accomplishment and achievement for myself. And podcasting may be new to some people, it's new to me, and it may be seeming like a daunting task, but it's all about being able to share with others what you have learned, who you learn it from, and just getting to know people. So, this is what this community of podcasting is all about. And today we have a beautiful young lady who we're going to speak to and enjoy hearing from her, her lovely accent, and be able to glean from her what she does, why she does it, and how is she going to use this to help others, as in enhance your well-being. Yes? All right, so before we start, I'm going to say my affirmation. You know, I'm always saying my affirmation. And this one, I think is really a good one for this podcast. I am and I feel empowered. I am and I feel powerful.
Mhm.
I am and feel grounded, centered, safe, and secure.
Yes.
I am and I feel strong, accomplished, clear, and fulfilled,
Mm.
worthy and worthwhile. I am and I feel inspired and motivated. That is a great motivational affirmation to tell yourself every single day if you see yourself as one to share with others. Whether
Mm.
you're a business person, whether you're a student, whether you're a mom,
Mm.
whether you're just working as a customer service rep, you need to motivate and feel inspired in whatever you do
Mm.
and whatever you see. So this is another affirmation from Yana Vincent. I always mix up her name, but I didn't christen her. But it's a beautiful name. But she really, this affirmation is something I want people to hold on dear to because it really does inspire you to feel and be powerful.
Right.
Yes.
Mhm.
Dear, welcome, Victoria,
Thank
to the
you.
New Beginnings podcast.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank you
so
so much.
much. Yeah, thank you
Yes.
so much for giving me this opportunity. I mean, I just love how you start your podcast. I love the affirmation. I love the thoughtfulness into everything that you do. So thank you so much for having me.
I am grateful to have you on here because, ladies and gentlemen, this is a fellow podcaster. Yay! Now,
Yes.
Victoria, you are
Yes.
going to pronounce your last name because I'm not going to butcher it. So please tell us, who are you?
That's funny. Yeah, so my name is Victoria Odekomaya, and I
Yes.
am a brand photographer and strategist. And if you hear the accent, that's because I'm originally from Nigeria, but I've been living in the United States for the past 20 something years.
Yes. But the home accent does not leave us, doesn't it?
I know, and I'm proud of it. Before I used to be like trying to like change it, but now it's part of my identity. It's part of my brand. It's part of who I am. So I embrace it, and sometimes I even add a little extra so you can really hear the accent very, very well.
Yes, yes. That is so good because we have to own who we are.
Right, right,
And
absolutely.
sometimes we as women tend to not own who we are.
Hmm, true.
So, and we all go through that phase in our life, but it's important to come out of it because God has made us special and unique.
Right.
So we have to own who we are because we cannot be anybody else.
Right. That is so
Yes,
true. Yes, we cannot be anyone else. In fact, when we try to be anybody else, we're just a carbon copy. We are
correct.
already the original, so we need to stay original. So yes, I
Yes,
completely agree with that. We don't need to be trying to be somebody else. It's too exhausting. It's a lot of work, but
a
it's a
lot of
lot
work.
easier to be ourselves because you don't even have to try. You
No,
just yourself. Yeah.
yeah, yes. So, Victoria, you said you're a photographer. That's one of the
Yes.
things you do. Share
Yes.
with us how you got into photography.
So I that's one of the things that I do. So I am also in drug research. So that's I do have a full-time day job that I hold, and but I'm also a mom. I'm a wife. I'm a big sister, and I am a brand photographer, specifically brand photography, because that's very near and dear to my heart. Um, so yeah, that's what I do. I mean, I started this about 10 years ago with photography, and but immediately I really quickly learned that I really want to get into the brand and marketing side of things because I'm
Got
the
it.
one person that you know how when you're watching TV and it's commercial, and well now we can skip it. Back in the day, you can't skip commercials, right? You
Yeah.
just have to sit and wait or walk away or something. I'm the kind of person where I'm like, wait, hold it. I want to watch it. Like I watch all commercials. I love commercials. I'm always
Wow.
about what the thought behind what it was. Like, how did they come up with that creativity? How did they, what was their messaging? How did they put all of it together? So I'm really fascinated with billboards and anything that has to do with advertising and branding and things like that. So yeah.
Wonderful. So,
Yes.
um, branding and marketing. So I'm hearing the business side of you coming out. And so you were able to use photography and get into this niche market of branding and marketing. So tell me a little bit more about your niche market. Who do you target?
So my target audience are women business owners and professionals with side hustles. I really have a because I can relate. I'm a business owner. I am a professional, and I have a side hustle. And so for a period of time, starting this business was a side hustle for me. And well, I'm always looking to. I'm getting to the point where I'm going to transition fully. So I
Good.
recognize I connect very well with those people. People that are starting out, people that are really young in their businesses. I find I'm always thinking of ways to help them be seen, heard, and known because when you're talented, God has given you something that you need to share with the world. And unless you share that with the world, you're not maximizing your full potential. You're not putting to good use. You're not being a good steward of your talent. So marketing and branding yourself is an amazing way to tell the world that this is what God has deposited on the inside of me, and I'm here to share it with you. So yeah, that gets me up, that gets me excited, as you can tell.
Yes, 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 because I could hear it in your voice that this is something you're passionate about.
Yes.
And when
Yes.
you're passionate about something, you can be able to do this activity with ease.
Yes. Yes.
So it's important for us to understand one of the things that we all need to do as um, entrepreneurs or even just as an individual is be passionate about something.
Oh yes. I agree with you completely. I think that I also do coaching, because there's certain people where they just need help figuring out their brand strategy. So I help them with coaching. And one of the topics that I really dial in is the passion and the enthusiasm for what you do. Because
Yes,
if you have all the strategy, you have all the tools and tricks in place, and you're not excited about what you do, and people cannot feel that excitement inside of you, then it kind of falls flat. So it's
yes,
important that you still love what you do. And if you don't anymore, for whatever reason, you have to go back and reevaluate what that means. so that you can
Yes.
continue to love it and let that enthusiasm show forth. Because there are times where that's enough to actually sell whatever you are, what you have, so before even go into the details of this is how I help people or this is what I'm selling, these are my packages, when people can feel that you're really excited about what you're selling, they're going to want to learn more. They're going to say, tell me more
Right.
about this. How can I be a part of that? So yes, that
Yes.
is very important.
So branding yourself, branding your talent helps you get to the money, yes, but it also helps you get to be known.
Yes, absolutely. And
Yeah.
everybody has a brand, whether we know it or not, we all have a, because your brand is really your reputation. What people think, what people say, what people feel about you is your brand. So
Yes.
we just trying to do that we already understand that as individuals, right? We know a lot of us, especially me being from Nigeria, it's like we understand the weight your name carries, the family
Yes.
name, right? You
Yes.
have to make sure that the family name is respected, it's not tainted in any way, right? It's the
Yes.
same idea with your business. You want people to feel a certain way. You want people to think a certain way when they come in contact with your brand. And the way they feel is it's your brand, basically. It's how you make them feel. And that goes a long way to helping people make the decision whether to buy from you or maybe from somebody else.
Yes. Yes. So branding yourself or your business is important for any result that you're looking for
Yes,
people to know who you are and want to work with you.
yes,
Yes. So
absolutely.
branding is something that we need to have in our businesses and in our life too. Because at the end of the day, as you said, our brand is our reputation.
It is. It is. Yes.
But
And
if
it
our reputation is something that is negative, we can change it. As you said, you could change it. You could
yes,
always reevaluate, reset, and
right.
get a different framework.
Absolutely. And it's important that, as you're whatever you're doing, I don't know, I was thinking about really more like in the well-being point of view too, right? It has to still be exciting for you. It has to still work for you and your lifestyle, your
Yes.
business, right? So, but if for whatever reason something is out of balance in your wholeness, you
Yes.
have to reevaluate that. Is it my business? Is it because I'm feeling some kind of way about it? Or maybe I'm not making money as I thought I would, or I'm not getting the
Right.
attention that I need from my clients or things like I'm not solving the problem. That
Yes.
could cause unbalance, right? And it goes into our well-being as a whole. So it's important that you take time to figure out what that is so that you can get that part in back under control.
Yes. So
So
bring
yeah,
that balance.
yes, for that balance.
Yes. Yes. So in in terms of branding, so
Mhm.
we met where you were doing photography, but then
Yes,
we engaged now in doing a podcast. So
yes.
you also have a podcast. Share with me how you use your podcast to share your vision of your business as a photographer.
Yeah. So, what I really am passionate about is helping people understand how they can market themselves without maybe even breaking the bank, right? So, typically, a new business owner or even people that have been in the business for a very long time, right? One of the first things that they realize is that, okay, I've started this business. I know I have my product. Now I need people to know about it so they can buy. I want to make money, because when you're starting a business, you're super excited about, oh, I finally know, a lot of people giving you that positive feedback that,
Yes.
yeah, you can do this, you can do that. And then you register your business, you're like legit, like, yeah, let's do it. And then you're like, wait a minute, I actually have to sell. People actually have to pay me, right?
Right.
And so it's a whole different ball game. And I think sometimes that's where eyes open up, right? Um, so my mission is to help people understand how they can market and brand themselves so that they can easily attract their right fit clients. And for
Yes.
me, really is about learning how they can share their talents with the world. So there are strategies that you can go about it. And I tell people, you don't have to do everything that everybody else is doing. There's a lot of people that tell you have to post on social media for, every day of the week, or, there's so many different strategies, but it's important that you pick the ones that make sense for you, your business, and your target audience, and show up, authentically doing it. So my podcast is a way of bringing in other small business owners, talking about them, their story, their businesses, but also sharing how they are marketing themselves successfully, so that the people on the other end, when they hear that, they can be inspired and say, you know what, it's working for Michelle, it can work for me too. Let me
Yes.
try this. So that's really what helps me. I want to help people, but the business owner, whoever I'm bringing to them, to my podcast, and also my audience, to get something out of it, where people are learning, but then they're also sharing their talents with the world.
Yes, yes. Oh, that right there is what we have to do all the time. That's what
Yeah.
podcasting is about, at least to me. I have the same sentiments that you have. It's all about sharing and sharing your light to the world. Being
Yes.
able to learn from others, because we don't all know everything, but
Right.
we all know something. And if we share it in when we share it, it becomes one whole thing. And it's a
Yes.
synergy. It helps us grow. So it's not
Absolutely.
1 plus 1 is 2, but 1 plus 1 is 3.
Yes. Ooh,
So,
that's a
so you
good one.
really want to learn from each other, because
Right.
we grow from it. We don't
Yeah.
stay stagnant. You learn something to grow even better each time.
Absolutely. Yes. And we need each other, like you just said too. Like we need to, we're meant to be interconnected, you know,
Yes.
and we need to lean on each other, because we need someone to be there in one way or the other. We just
Yeah.
need each other. It's incredible.
Yes.
Yeah.
So one of the other things that I know you do is the Boss Lady Gala. Is it? Can I
Yes.
say gala?
Yes. Yes.
Tell me a
So
little. Tell us about the Boss Lady Gala.
So, I practice what I preach, and so I know there's a ton of photographers out there, and I wanted to be different from the next photographer. And so when I was putting my business model together, I wanted to do something different, something memorable, something that would set me apart from the other photographer. And that's also what branding is like, doing something that makes you stand out from the rest of the pack. And
Uh-huh.
so I started this thing called the Boss Ladies campaign. And really what it is, it's a wonderful photo shoot experience. I call it a celebrity photo shoot experience. It's a branding focused photo shoot, although I have taken photos of people that just need it for portraits. But because I'm in the branding space, I really do it that way. So the photo shoot experience includes professional hair, you get makeup, you get wardrobe consultation. I serve wine and chocolate covered strawberries and playing your favorite music. It's really a session where you come in and you just feel incredibly celebrated and treated like a queen that you are. The reason why I do this is because as a mom, as a wife, as a business owner, an employee, and I know so many women out there, we wear so many different hats. We tend to not put ourselves first, right? We're always like on the list of to-dos, like very at the very bottom. So I wanted to design something that would help women just feel celebrated, pampered. But then on the other side of it, what I see happen is that when people come in for their photo shoots and they get the pampering experience, the level of confidence that shows up after getting all that is incredible. And I'm telling you, I can say that I'm good at what I do, but I can Photoshop a lot of things, but I cannot Photoshop confidence. So
Right.
when I'm putting people in poses, and I've done this a different way before, where typically people get their hair done somewhere, their makeup done somewhere, and then we meet up and then I do the photos. There's a huge difference between when they get everything as part of their package and they don't have to worry. It's a stress-free experience. And so when
Right.
I start taking the photos and you see, I shoot so where you can see it on the screen as it's coming out of the camera, they're like, oh my God, is this me? I'm like, yes, this is you, and I'm
Right.
taking authentic, beautiful photos. So beyond that, I also help with some marketing ideas and tips, So we look at the photos and we're this strategizing how can you use those photos to meet your marketing needs. Mind you, before I take these photos, we already have a meeting where we're talking about what their goals are, what their, strategy is, what they're trying to, who are their target audience, so we can design the right photo shoot. And then
Right.
after that, yeah, and then we have a meeting after that too, where we're like, okay, we started out with this goal, we created these images. Now let's now figure out how we want to use these images to achieve those goals. So that's
Yes.
kind of like the photo shoot part of it. But as I began to do that, I found a need for the marketing piece too. I wanted to give more opportunities for people to market themselves, to tell their stories, to build their brands. And so I started the Boss Ladies magazine, where we shared incredible stories of all these ladies that I photographed. Again, it's a purely marketing and inspirational piece too. We're sharing their stories and marketing, in the magazine. So I do this throughout the year, every year. So at the end of the year, I love to get everybody together because a lot of women that I'm photographing, they don't even know each other. Some of them do, some of them
Right.
don't. So, they've had the experience, they are building their brands and their marketing with those photos. They are going to they're featured in the magazine, which we launch every year at the gala. So we all come together and I introduce them to the world in a whole different way. So some people might already know them, but I just put them on the pedestal. I put the spotlight on
Yes.
them and just help people see what they're really made of, what their talents are. So the first gala that we had last year, we had about 200 people. It was an
Wow.
incredible experience. Yeah. I mean,
Yes.
as people were walking in through the hallway on the red carpet, we had pictures of all the ladies lined up, on the hallway, and it was just incredible. And then we launched the magazine too. One of the reasons why I love doing this gala also is that we use it as an avenue because we're women, we're givers, right?
Yes.
To raise funds for a local nonprofit organization. We're women, we always give back. So we always, and I love giving anytime I can. So we wanted to raise $10,000 for a nonprofit organization. And last year we did raise $10,000 for
Yay.
Dove Recovery House. And this year,
Nice.
yeah, we're doing it all over again. It's going to be a little bigger, a lot bigger actually, and just wanting to raise awareness for organizations. This particular organization, Pink Ribbon, that
Okay.
is that supports cancer survivors here in Indiana. So we're
Okay.
really trying to help them, create awareness for the work that they do, raising funds for them.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm really excited about it. Like
Oh,
the
that
whole.
is so beautiful. I
Thank
love that
you.
idea. I love that
Thank
idea
you.
because it's always good to celebrate your people. It is
Yes.
always good to celebrate people because at the end of the day, as a community, we love each other and we grow from each other. So celebration and coming together helps with even more of empowering and making you more
Oh my God.
powerful.
Yes, yes. So one of the things speaking of that, it was my first year ever doing that kind of
Yes.
event, and there was just the amazing amount of support that I experienced from people from all over.
Yes.
It was just so incredible. We were trying to get like people to donate items for auction items, and people came out of the woodworks. It was just incredible. I mean, we asked for money even at the event, and people were so generous. Like, and for me, that really helped me understand that, like we were saying earlier, the community, how we need each other. Like I
Yes.
wouldn't have experienced that if we didn't have an event like this. But people are
Right.
hungry to help each other. People are
Yes.
hungry to, form that bond and just be together and, support each other, especially women, in this day and age.
Yes.
It's not a competition anymore. A lot of people are beginning to see that it's more that we can go further when we're not
Of
competing against each
course.
other. So it was
Yes.
just such an incredible time where we're coming together, celebrating each other, celebrating our accomplishment, celebrating being a woman, being,
Yes.
just our talents and how much we give to the society, how much we help our society. We're kind of like the backbone, of the
Yes.
society. And so it
Yes.
was just an incredible time. And yeah,
Well,
and we're doing it again this year.
yes, I am so glad you're doing it again. And you just gave me so many ideas. So we'll talk about this later on because
Yes.
I too like the community, as you know. And one of the things that I do is a retreat for my
Yes.
clients. So and
Yes.
I like them to feel comfortable and get to know each other and realize that you're not in this game by yourself. And
Mm-hmm.
we learn so much from each other. It is
Absolutely.
phenomenal.
Yes, it is. It is
And
incredible. I agree.
it just being together in one room, the amount of energy you feel from these ladies,
Yes. I mean,
it is
it's
amazing.
amazing. And the funny thing I think for me also was the fact that and I got a lot of feedback about this. Maybe because we were coming out of the pandemic, a lot of women came to me like,
Yes,
"Thank you for doing this," and I was like, "Oh, okay." Like, because I didn't realize that we're just being so indoors, so far apart from each other. We didn't have a place to
yes,
come together, and
yes,
we got a chance to dress up and just be feel nice. And one of the other things that
yes.
we did also was like we provided hair and makeup on
Yeah.
at the gala, so people got a
Oh
chance
wow.
to touch up their hair, get to touch their makeup up before they walk the red carpet, and it
Oh
was
my
just such
God.
an incredible yeah, I mean, yeah, so
Yeah.
it was a good time. It was really
Yeah,
good.
that
Yeah.
is that sounds like a really great event to be at. So
Yeah.
tell us, when is this event?
So this year we're doing it on November 4th. November
November
4th. So
4th.
mark your calendars. We have
Oh yeah, that's what I'm going to do right now.
yes, we have tickets on Eventbrite. We are looking for sponsors. Last year we had about 200. This year we're planning for 350. So if your business can, benefit from being visible to that many women and get, the visibility, can get benefit from being visible. Yeah, we're looking
Yes.
for sponsors too. One of the things that we're trying to do different this year is to really cater the sponsorship to individual people, right? So that way they get the most out of it, rather
Right.
than just saying these are the categories and this is what you get. So we want to really work with it. Again, I'm such a marketing. I always wear my marketing hat, so I'm always thinking, how can this benefit your business? Let us design something that will benefit your business, so you can get much impact from it. So yes,
I love it. And
thank
I want to
you.
be a part of that.
Yes,
Who
yes,
doesn't like to dress up?
I know, right? And then you get hair and makeup touch-ups as you walk the red
Right.
carpet. We have champagne and chocolate
Look
covers.
at
I mean, it was
that.
amazing.
Okay.
Meeting people. I mean, just incredible amount of people. It was just amazing. Amazing.
Wonderful. So November 4th, ladies and gentlemen, November
Yes,
4th is the
absolutely.
Boss Lady Gala.
Yes.
And we are looking for sponsors at
Yeah.
this for this event. And as Victoria said, she's looking for specific types of sponsors to help with the branding and the marketing of the event. And
Right.
there is also this opportunity to help with the Pink Ribbon organization,
Oh,
nonprofit
yeah.
organization.
Absolutely. Yes. Our goal
Yes.
is to raise money for them. And, so anyone that is looking to do, that needs help with branding and marketing, images, creating images is a big part of that. And so that's why, obviously the brand photography comes into place. I'm helping. I guess one of the things that I didn't mention is that the ladies that I photograph would be like, spotlighted at the gala. So we're also
Yes.
inviting the public, right? But if it's something that you really want to create those images, you need help with branding and marketing strategies, I can help with that up front, before we get to the gala too.
Right. Right. So we in June. We have enough time.
Yes, yes. Well, I am photographing for everybody that's going to be in the magazine. I'm photographing up until September, because
Okay.
we need to go to print and
Yes.
publish and things like that.
Yeah.
Although I will keep photographing, but it will just be in next year's issue,
Got you.
because it comes out every year.
Right. All right. So that is something to keep under the belt. on your
Yes.
calendar, November 4th sponsorship program for the Boss Ladies Gala, as well as looking at being on the in the magazine if you want to. You have
Yes.
until September to
Right.
get on board, ladies. Show us your talent, show us our beautiful pictures so that you can be a part of this. And this is in Indiana,
Yes.
Indianapolis. But
Yes.
you know what? I know it's going to be recorded. So you're going to see everywhere in the world. You're going to see what this gala is all about when it
Yes.
comes out.
We actually have some videos from last year, photos and
Yeah.
videos from last year's event too. It's on my YouTube page and all of
Yes.
that. But
And tell us
yeah,
your YouTube page name.
it's at LiMStudios TV.
Okay. And
LiMStudios
it's
TV. Studios TV.
LiMStudios. Yeah. All right. Good. So I will definitely share Victoria's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube handles for everyone to see, as well as her website, so that you can get on there and check out the beautiful pictures because they are lovely pictures of the gala
Thank
from
you.
last year and all about what she does. And listen, branding and marketing is important for everyone.
Mm,
All right. No matter what business you're in, it is necessary.
absolutely. Yes. Yes.
So you
And yeah.
want to make sure that you have the right photography or photos. You want to have the right photos for your branding.
Right. And also beyond the photography, really, and this is what makes me passionate about this too, is the right strategy, you know.
Yes.
And it's important that you have a strategy before you even go take photos. Even if I'm not
Correct.
your photographer rather, there's so many photographers out there, but when you have a plan of action, a strategy, and then the photography fits into that, that just is good.
Yes.
And you're not
Yes.
spending money doing, because I've had people say, oh, but I took photos last year and I didn't really like it, or it wasn't yielding for me. But then I
Right.
go back to, what is your strategy? What was your strategy? Are you trying to, you know, hone the social media space? Obviously then you would need a lot of photos with that, right?
Yes.
And how do you want to show up?
Yeah.
What's your messaging? And that's why I also enjoy doing the coaching part of it too, because sometimes before you take photos, you got to know what your steps are. You know who your clients are. You know
Yes.
what your messaging is. Know what platform you want to use, because you don't have to use all of them, right? A
No.
lady that I was speaking with a couple of days ago, we were talking about what does it mean to be consistent. Consistent means doing something in a timely manner that works for you. It's not, oh, you have to post 4 times a day, or
No.
5 times a week, like, but you just need to be consistent, and that
Yes.
consistency has to fit your lifestyle. So just really thinking about what that means for you and putting a process, a strategy in place so that you can continue to do it consistently. That's when you start seeing results, because you're doing it consistently and you're in for the long term.
Yes, yes. So consistency is key in
Yes.
anything that we do. So we need to be consistent, especially if you want to be out there and for people to know who you are. You have to be consistent in
Yes.
sharing your brand with others.
Yes. And when
Yes.
you said that your podcast, you're about like 37 episodes, that's being consistent. I'm sure when you started
About
out,
it.
you talked about you had an idea to like do this every week, and you've been
Yes.
consistent every time. And I applaud you, because that really that makes a big difference between the people that succeed and people that don't. That
Right.
consistency and intentionality.
Yes. Yes. So you want to have that intention. You want to be able to be feel accomplished at the end
Yeah.
of the day, that you
Yeah.
did something, you set a goal and you actually accomplish it. And it
Mhm.
doesn't mean that you have to accomplish it um as fast as everybody else, but
Right.
the consistency is what helps for you to even get to the goal. So you
Yes.
gotta be consistent. All right.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yay. I am so happy to speak with you, Victoria,
Me
as a fellow
too.
podcaster, but also
Yeah.
as a fellow entrepreneur and a
Yeah.
mom and a
Yeah.
fellow wife. We
Yeah.
have such similarities.
So much in common. Yes, we
And guess
do.
what? There are many other ladies out there with similar. backgrounds.
Mhm.
We can all create a community that we can all help each other.
Right.
Remember, like-minded, you and I and everyone else out there,
Yes.
we can help each other by
Yes.
sharing our talents with each other. And as much as we are podcasters, it was so good to see your background in the other fields, how it has helped you move forward in your business.
Mhm.
Because it is important to know that you wasn't doing that just because God had a plan.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
It just comes together, you know?
Yes, yes,
That is so good.
yeah, that is so. You're so right. Just God has a plan, and I always worry. I always think about making sure that I remain in the plan of God for my life.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes. So we need to be humble. We
yeah,
can feel empowered. We can feel powerful, but
yes,
we can still be humble so he can guide us.
yes,
Because he's the
absolutely,
one who gave us the talents in the first place.
exactly. Yes,
Right? So
yes.
this has been FXWB New Beginnings podcast, and I'm going to say that affirmation again. I am and I feel empowered.
Yes.
I am and
And
I feel powerful.
mm,
I am and I feel grounded, centered, safe, and secure.
yes,
I am and I feel worthy and worthwhile.
mm,
I am and I feel inspired and motivated. When we are inspired and motivated, guess what? We just grow a little bit more. And I
yes,
grew today
yes. Me
from
too.
learning. Yes, from learning from Victoria. So we both did podcasts today, and we
Yes,
both have the opportunity to share our gifts and talents to each other.
right,
And I just think this is just the beginning.
right. Just the beginning. There's so
And the
much more.
same can go, yes, the same can go for you. You
Right.
who are listening, know
Mhm.
that you can be inspired and motivated by others. If you need help with anything, reach out to someone. Let them help you because we, of our own self, don't know everything,
Right.
right? So
Yeah.
that's why we reach out to each other to help each other. So this has been New Beginnings Podcast. Thank you so much, Victoria, for being a guest.
Thank you for having me. This was so wonderful and I really enjoyed myself. Thank you so much for having me. I really, really was a great one.
Good. You are most welcome. God bless you guys, and we look forward to talking to you again at New Beginnings Podcast. Have a blessed week.